Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Walker. I just wanted to take a few minutes to say hi and allow you to put a face to my name. I know I still haven't seen any of you guys, but just wanted to kind of say hello and kind of go over a few things. That we kind of did this semester and the final paper, because I know the final paper it's due just around the corner. Today is Friday. It's due on the 28th, which is Monday. And I just wanted to kind of clarify a few things, but just a few household keeping things first. One, I wanted to tell you that you will have to do an evaluation of the course. Normally, you do it in the course on the last day of class, but since this is an online course, Temple has given you the same evaluation, but it's just online. So I will send you the link for that this weekend so you can get that done. And it's the same exact evaluation. And also, I wanted to say thank you very much for being so patient with me, because I had several computer glitches this semester, and it looks like I'm actually having one right now, because if you're watching this, you'll see that there's a slight delay in my speech and how it's coming across in the video clip. So I'm not exactly sure why that's happening, but it is. So I wanted to kind of just mention a few things. You guys did an absolutely wonderful job in this course in, getting the assignments done at a reasonable time and actually doing them very well. And given that this was a self-paced course, it did present some challenges because it requires you guys to be, pretty disciplined in getting the work done. But you guys really exceeded my expectations, and really did work where it was above and beyond the requirements. And not only were you able to present the theories that were presented in class, but you were able to apply those theories. And that was the main premise of the course, and that was my goal for you guys. So, to me, you guys did very well, and you met the expectations and the objectives of the course, because you really were able to articulate the theories that were presented in different situations. You also, I was also glad that I got good feedback on the lesson modules that I presented to you guys. A lot of the YouTube videos, I think, you guys responded well to, instead of just reading from the text. I also wanted to make sure I incorporated journal articles that were peer-reviewed so that there was some rigor to the course instead of just concentrating on the textbook. So all of you, you guys did really well in responding to the material that was presented to you. Given that, if you'll notice, we stopped at young adulthood in the textbook instead of looking at middle, late, and the death chapter, because we really just didn't have time to do it. And I wanted to make sure that I focused on the quality of the work instead of the quantity of the work. So you guys were, we weren't able to do all of the chapters, but you'll notice that your final paper coincides with what we learned and what we covered. And honestly, there were some things in the grading specification sheet on for the final paper that we may not have talked about in an assignment, but you should have read in the textbook. So either or somehow we would have gone over it at some point, or you should have read it at some point. So I'm hoping that everything has gone well so far for you. I haven't, if you have any problems, just send me an email. We can talk about them, but it seems like everybody is good to go. You should have received an email from me this evening with assignments 3, 4, and 5. Assignment 6 was due today. You will get that back probably on Monday. But I'm trying to grade as your final papers are coming in. I'm trying to grade those because I kind of have a tight turnaround. Those grades have to be in fairly soon. Actually, they have to be in by the 30th. So I only have like a day and a half to get those your overall grades in. So when I send you your final paper back, it will have the overall grade for you for the course. Just a few things on the actual paper. Like I said, it starts off with the forming of new life. It goes into early childhood, middle, adolescence, and then young adulthood. And some of you had a few questions on how to kind of develop or formulate the paper. And it's really up to you whether you want to use those headings or in the other headings after those components, or if you just want to not use the headings and just kind of write it as a flowy paper. Either or is fine. I would suggest that you just make sure that you follow the order of the grading sheet that I gave you, because A, it'll make it easier for me to grade, and B, it will kind of follow a systematic order. And also, if you look on the grading sheet, you'll see there are bolded words in each row. I've bolded those words specifically so that you can go straight to the text and see, because those are basically your keywords, and those that's where the information that I was referring to in the textbook. If you have the 10th edition, it may pose a slight challenge for you because you may have to look a little harder for the information, but I can guarantee that it's there. If there's any problem with that, please email me as soon as possible, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Given that this is the weekend and your paper is due on Monday, I know this poses an extra challenge, but I will do the best that I can to get back to you as soon as possible. Also, there is a 7-page limit with your paper. Try to write for the first few sections, like the actual stages of life. Try to write like 2 paragraphs for each section, and then continue with the paper. See where you are. If you're less than 7 pages and you still feel like you did everything, then that's fine. I'm more concerned with the quality of the work versus the quantity of the paper. So just kind of, kind of approach the paper in that way. Also, make sure that it's double spaced. Make sure that you have followed the guidelines on the grading sheet regarding APA. You are just going to send me this assignment via email, just like you have your other assignments. And there really isn't much else. This isn't a full-blown autobiography. I just want you to kind of hit the major points and make sure that you include the information that we talked about in class. So you're basically applying, like I said before, the information that was presented. Just want to make sure that I'm telling you everything. I think that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, like I said, shoot me an email. If not, I look forward to reading your paper. One other suggestion. There was a question, remember the adolescent question in assignment 5, where you guys talked about when I was an adolescent, I was blank, 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 and you had to provide 5 sentences. A lot of you, all of you did a wonderful job, and a lot of you gave specific detailed information. If it makes it easier, you can cut and paste that information from that answer into your paper and use that. So that's really, I'm okay with that. And also, one other thing I almost forgot, your paper requires a reference page, because if you cite anything from the text, just make sure that or you use anything from the text, that you actually cite it. You can cite information from a journal article that we used in class or something that we didn't use in class. Just make sure that you actually, cite the information so there's no plagiarizing. And if you simply just rely on your textbook, that's okay too. So, don't feel as though you have to seek out a journal article or use one of the journal articles that we used in class. Just make sure that you do have a reference page and that you are citing your information that you included. So if that's, I think that's basically it, and I basically covered everything. I enjoyed you guys. I hope you guys had a great time. It was a quick semester. These summer sessions always are. But I hope that we were able, you guys were able to get what you needed out of the course. And again, if you have any questions, I'm here. If not, have a great summer. Be safe, and maybe I'll see you around campus in the fall. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.